yesterday on Friday, Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, amended their lawsuit against Blake Lively.
According to the new amended complaint from Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds personally drafted a statement that he demanded Baldoni and James to post. This move supposedly happened right when backlash against Blake Lively was at its peak over the summer. If true, it raises serious questions about who was steering the PR narrative and for what purpose. Let's go to Candace for more breaking news.
And they included the New York Times data, which we showed you guys on the show, is the fact that Brian Friedman is giving credit to the internet sleuths. Like, typically they leave us out. It's like he even says we now have a concrete timeline. I mean, come on. I was the psycho who put together the timeline. So Monday, they're going to court because two things. Blake is trying to gag them. I don't think that's going to go through. You're playing this in the press when the entire reason we got here was because you tried to play this in the press. Like, you went to the New York Times to try to take him down and to set a public narrative. But the craziest part of the entire thing is Blake Lively says that she does not want to sit down for a deposition with Brian Friedman. Like, I know that this girl grew up rich and privileged, but how rich we talking? You know what I'm saying? Does she think she's like a princess that she can just be like, I don't like your lawyer. You don't get to decide who your defense's lawyer is. He picked Brian Friedman. You don't like him because he played your game better than you. Like, everyone sees right through you and Ryan. Like, oh, we weren't trying to play the public, but we put it in every Deadpool scene and we mocked this man. I'm so happy for Justin Baldoni. Monday, they will be going to court and I will be monitoring that. And yeah, this is her perfect karma. Played it in the public and now the public is playing, girlfriend.
Some called it a dream adaptation. Others said it was doomed from the start. Now, newly revealed court documents are shining a blinding spotlight on what really went down behind the scenes. From jaw-dropping wardrobe expenses to shocking allegations of sabotage and the unexpected involvement of an A-list spouse, this amended lawsuit pulls back the curtain on a production that seems to be unraveling faster than anyone could have imagined. Ready to find out who's truly behind the chaos? Let's break it all down. Not long ago, news broke that a director admired for his positive messaging would team up with a much-loved actress to bring a best-selling romance novel to life. Right away, fans were euphoric. Social media lit up with posts about how perfect this union seemed. Book lovers trusted the director's sensitivity for emotional storytelling, and nearly everyone applauded the casting of the actress, known for her stylish flair and comedic timing. Behind the scenes, the production team initially worked in harmony. They secured a decent budget, hammered out a timeline, and seemed united in their goal to honor the original author's vision. No one suspected that an undercurrent of friction would soon surface. But according to the new amended complaint, that friction was brewing quietly, stirred by multiple factors that cast and crew allegedly tried to ignore. While everyone was smiling for the press, problems were mounting. Whispers of creative disagreements began circulating. The actress reportedly had strong opinions about nearly every aspect of filming, from the dialogue to the costumes, and those opinions clashed at times with the director's more relaxed approach. At first, it seemed like normal Hollywood politics, nothing too dramatic. But soon, those small disagreements would evolve into battles that threatened to derail the entire movie. Sometimes, a single moment can ignite a long, simmering feud. According to leaks from the new court documents, there was a casual remark made on set about looking sexier in a scene. The actress was reportedly taken aback and felt it crossed a line, especially given the sensitive themes of the film. She communicated her discomfort, and for a brief time, it looked like things might get smoothed over with a private conversation. But if you believe the amended complaint, that conversation only sparked a deeper rift. Early reports say that the actress went to the studio with concerns about inappropriate behavior. The director, on the other hand, was allegedly blindsided, insisting it was a harmless comment not worthy of a formal complaint. Tensions grew. Whose version of events is correct? The documents hint at conflicting accounts. On one side, the actress appears to have told executives she found the comment offensive enough to require official intervention. On the other side, she reportedly told the director she didn't want to file an official complaint. This contradiction alone would raise eyebrows. But it's only the tip of the iceberg. By itself, the sexy remark might not have doomed production, but it created an atmosphere where every decision, from script revisions to costume changes, suddenly felt loaded. Cast and crew started talking. Rumors flew that the actress was on the warpath, and the director was left in the dark about how deep her anger ran. A relatively small situation escalated into a massive source of distrust, setting the stage for even bigger conflicts to come. If you've seen the paparazzi snaps circulating online, you might remember how fans were buzzing about the lead actress's wardrobe choices. While costume reveals often generate excitement, these glimpses triggered almost universal confusion. Many viewers wondered why the star looked completely off from the character they loved in the novel. Some said it resembled an odd mix of dated styles, and they flooded social media with memes comparing her outfits to other, far less flattering references. The amended complaint goes further, detailing the wild overspending that took place. One memo allegedly points to an eye-watering figure, more than $500,000 on the actress's costumes alone, before the rest of the cast even had their wardrobe finalized. Crew members were stunned, especially since the film's budget wasn't bottomless. The complaint claims there was a staggering gap. The actress's personal styling needs soared to the hundreds of thousands, and this reportedly left little for anyone else. To add fuel to the fire, fans weren't impressed. The reaction online was harsh, with countless comments criticizing how unflattering and disconnected these costumes seemed from the source material. People couldn't believe the money spent on these looks. And with the actress supposedly calling many of the shots on her wardrobe choices, the blame was pinned firmly on her shoulders. This fiasco created more strain between the director and the actress. He had to answer for these costs, yet claims he had minimal control over how she approached her style on set. It's no surprise, then, that the budget soared beyond what the studio originally approved. Suddenly, producers were scrambling to account for each line item. The actress's defenders argue that she had every right to be deeply involved in her character's look. But critics claim this was a prime example of creative overreach. Made worse by the glaring online backlash, the friction from the sexy comment was nothing compared to the tension this financial blowout created. By mid-production, the atmosphere around the film grew poisonous. According to the amended complaint, the actress and her inner circle became convinced that someone, possibly the director and his associates, were spreading negative press to damage her reputation. They suspected the use of orchestrated social media campaigns, maybe even bots, to ignite outrage over her outfit choices and publicity stunts. The complaint alleges that the actress's team thought it was no coincidence so many negative stories popped up at once. But the director's side strongly denies any smear campaign, insisting the backlash was purely organic. They say viewers were naturally disturbed by the actress's jarring approach to marketing a movie centered on serious themes, especially after she posted promotional content that left people confused about whether the film was meant to be comedic or a sobering reflection on DV. The uproar, they claim, was all her doing, and no behind-the-scenes sabotage was required. Yet the director's camp refused to comply. According to the complaint, they saw it as a false narrative. They weren't about to apologize for what they believed was the actress's own self-created PR storm. The standoff only escalated from there, leading to more legal threats, more behind-the-scenes wrangling, and an overall sense that the film was teetering on the brink of total collapse. While these rumors simmered for months, the public only got a glimpse of the real drama when legal documents began surfacing. Initially, the actress claimed she was targeted by the director's inappropriate behavior, that she faced harassment, and that her pushback was met with intimidation. But the director's newly amended complaint flips that narrative on its head, outlining a different reality in excruciating detail. Right now, the case is heating up in court. Both sides are gearing up for a critical meeting, with fans and industry insiders watching closely. Will these behind-the-scenes power moves and revelations reshape public perception? Could the case unravel more private messages that reflect even worse behavior on either side? One thing is certain, this is no simple he said, she said scenario. Another dramatic twist surfaced when the actress reportedly refused to return to the set during labor strikes, actions that might have been permitted under specific waivers. She cited solidarity with the striking talent, yet the director's side is convinced it was a strategic move to gain leverage over the film's direction. Was it a matter of principles or an excuse to stall production? According to testimonies referenced in the new complaint, the actress's refusal to shoot on certain days caused numerous scheduling headaches and possibly forced the studio to burn more money. Allegations emerged that she used this window to push for final control over script rewrites. If the production wanted to keep filming, some say, it would have to grant her greater influence. The tension hit a fever pitch when people close to the film started questioning the actress's motives. Was she genuinely advocating for the strike, or simply capitalizing on the chaotic situation to rewrite significant portions of the movie? Crew members told stories of sudden script changes that barely resembled the original blueprint. Scenes were rewritten so extensively that entire sets had to be redesigned. Studios loathe cost overruns, and these alleged changes drove the budget higher and higher. Perhaps the biggest bombshell centers on the statement that the actress's spouse supposedly drafted, insisting the director and his production company sign off on it. The text of this statement, revealed in the new court documents, was breathtakingly broad. It basically urged the director to take full responsibility for the film's problematic PR, the actress's negative press, and any public discontent about the production. Critics argue this statement served only one purpose: to shield the actress and shift blame to everyone else. It read like a concession that the director's team was entirely at fault for a troubled production. Even though the complaint suggests the actress herself triggered many of these troubles, the director balked, believing it could be weaponized against him in any future disputes. After all, why should his team apologize for controversies the actress courted by posting tone-deaf promotions? If the spouse and the actress thought a sweeping apology would calm the storm, it may have backfired. The director's refusal to sign unleashed even more confrontation behind the scenes. Legal teams hurled new threats, and the actress's camp insinuated that refusing to apologize might just accelerate the lawsuit. But the director remained firm, claiming innocence and pointing to the mountains of evidence suggesting he had nothing to atone for. Are $500,000 wardrobe splurges and secret script rewrites just distractions from an even darker agenda? Could an A-list spouse be pulling strings to silence backlash before it destroys reputations? And if the legal threats and confessions hinted at in newly leaked documents are only the beginning, what monstrous revelations lie ahead? Is every claim of sabotage, every hint of misconduct, a smokescreen for something even more shocking, something no one involved once revealed? With battle lines drawn and the stakes getting higher by the day, the real question is, who will be left standing when this Hollywood storm finally blows over? As the story continues to unfold, there's always more to discover. Thanks for tapping in now. Like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when more secrets come to light.